Hello and welcome to Alliance War Season 49, Episode 11. So we had a really nice win against AF, just the 9 deaths. They had died 19 times, puts us just outside the top 10, so it puts us in a really good position to get that Masters 5 spot. We've got 6 fights in today's war. We're using a champion that we used a lot in previous season and also a bit at the start of the season, and obviously our MVP Dust. Our opponent is SGA1, so they're obviously second in the world at the moment, second alliance, so this is the 4th top 10 alliance I think we've faced this season, so definitely haven't had some easy alliances this season. Our teams are 7-star rank 2 Dust, our 6-star rank 6 Hood, and our 7-star rank 1 Mojo. So obviously Hood and Mojo have an awesome synergy that lets Hood get 3 bullets whenever he knocks the opponent down, which lets him maintain his persistent charges for a lot longer. And then Hood and Dust are both ex-Magica champions, so Hood for the Mist, Hood for the Cosmics, and then Dust mostly for the skilled champions. We're going to be starting with our recoil masteries for this war, but we will be switching quite a few times actually. We're going to be switching to our Mystic Dispersion and non-recoil setup whenever we're using Hood, and then we switch back to recoils for Dust. So I think we changed like 3 or 4 times our mastery setup this war. Now we're starting off with a Wong. This is the rank 3 Wong they put on path 5. And we do have a guidance boost for this, I believe, because after we knock him down, he will go debuff immune, but not passive immune. Like we can still passively stun him with our parry. But it's a pretty simple fight for Dust. And the other good thing about this tactic is that you can reduce the opponent's ability power rate by 20% per prowess. And because Wong isn't a tactic defender, he has no way to remove those prowesses. So once we get to 5, there's no Mystic Dispersion power gain at all, or any other passive power gain that he gets from his heavy attack. So he does have quite a lot of Eldritch energy right now, so we want to be careful that once he gets to 90, we have to knock him down with a heavy attack. So we're just waiting for him to get to 90 now, and I think we do a few parries, and then he unfortunately throws the special one as soon as he gets to 90, but then we counter with a heavy attack. That does activate our Sandstorm, and because he was unstoppable, we normally wouldn't have be able to hit him, but because of the grip passive we ignore unstoppable. So we get into our Sandstorm, throw a couple of special 2s, and he goes down really easily. Then next up we have this Ascended Nova, also on path 5, so path 5 is a very common placement for Nova. More common in the second section though, because that's Ebb and Flow inset. Not sure why they put on Ebb and Flow knockdown really, but it's probably mostly because of the heavy hitter node. So Dust could have potentially done this, but Hood's better because he can just control Hood's buffs a lot easier. So we had a bit of a pretty rough start. We got trapped in the corner, but I should have really used my invisibility a lot more. I don't think I used it once really by dashing back and holding block. I should have used that for my openings, but it wasn't. It was alright after this. You can see we've got our max prowess now. We're out of the corner. We've got a few of our hexes on. I did end up parrying the end of that special 2 because I didn't want to lose too many prowess from that special. But we get into a special 2 here, so we gave him that Fate Seal so he doesn't have any buffs, and then we get a few more hexes on him as well. Do a striker and do a heavy. Actually no, we don't do a heavy, we might do one more special 2, just to be absolutely sure. He was unstoppable during that special 2, but it didn't matter. So we did use quite a few hexes, but it's alright with the Mojo synergy, it's okay. So next up we're on path 9, so a very common path for us to take this season, taken at most wars, and we're taking Weapon X on this fight. So this is Power Focus 2, and also Hazard Shift Shock Bleed, so obviously Dust being immune to shock and bleed, she completely ignores the Hazard Shift node here. And Wolverine, he's not really that much of a defender, as long as you can play him well. He's very aggressive during his Berserker Rage, and I was playing into him a bit too much. You can see he's got quite a few Berserker Rage at the moment. I should have let this fall off about now, but I kept hitting him. I don't know why, I just felt like it. Because you can see he's over 60 Berserker now, or just under 60, sorry. It does fall off quicker the longer he has it on, but I was dashing back a bit too much at this point. I was deciding on Threshold 3. I thought a bit more would have fallen off at this point, but no. Obviously he's still at very high health because he gets more regen the more rage he has, I think. But that special 3 gets him down to 64%, he's only going to regen most of that back. But once he goes out of Berserker Rage in a sec, it'll be fine. Because we can just hit him with a couple of special 2s and that'll be it. So we do a striker just to delay that. We get a couple of hits into us, we had an invulnerability boost. And one special 2 gets him pretty much all the way down, and then that second special 2 does finish him off there. Alright, so next we have a destroyer actually. So this is the first time I fought a destroyer on this node. We have fought him on that previous node with Power Focus 2, but this is the first time with one eye open. And we're going to be playing this pretty kind of similar to the Wong fight, in fact, because we're going to be getting those passive prowesses at the start. Because Destroyer's not a tactic defender, we can use these to mitigate all Mystic Dispersion. But not only Mystic Dispersion, also the 4-bar power gain that he gets from his destruction charges, I think they are. But unfortunately, we actually got trapped in the corner here, and we had a few heavies to the face. I'm not good at dexing his heavy in the corner, so I had to find a way out of here. I tried to combo there, but he dexed me, unfortunately. And we ate another heavy in the corner. Luckily, we had an invulnerability boost on, and also luckily, his heavy doesn't have any sort of damage over time associated with it. So we're still relatively healthy, and we've trapped out. We've got ourselves out of the corner now, and so we're happy to bait special ones here because when he does get that power gain, when he's not going to actually gain any power from it because we have all these tactic prowesses on us. So you can see he's almost at that 100 threshold for the power gain. One more special one will do it. You can see that's that power gain triggering, but we basically reverse it, I think, with the tactic prowesses. So we kind of cheese the node here. Cheese his ability there. And the other good thing about this fight was that it wasn't unduped destroyer. Which means we don't have to worry at all about the instant rupture damage that we get from having buffs on us. We can completely ignore that because that's only a Mystic ability. So we get to special 3 here. We have 66 sand on him. That will convert into prowesses, so we get a pretty nice boost to our damage here. Now the special 2 does have a passive stun associated with it, so I was a bit hesitant to throw it. We want to get one special 1 out of him. Obviously with the grip we can ignore his unstoppable from when he dashes forward. I think I might throw 1 special 2. Yeah, I do. And I don't think that even kills. No, it doesn't. And you can see we take quite a lot of damage back from one eye open and also recoil. So I was just surprised that that 1 special 2 didn't kill. But it didn't do too much damage back to us. And we get him down eventually. Alright, next up we have the rank 3 Gorr. So obviously we're fighting a lot of rank 3s because SGA have a very stacked defense. And yeah, I have taken Gorr before with Hood, but it didn't go well. And that was on one eye open, but this node is much easier because we don't have to worry about him, well, one eye open really. We can hit him when he's stunned and it's not too bad. And I've also gotten better at Hood, and I've also ascended Hood now. I think the last time I fought a Gorr with Hood, my Hood was rank 4, but now he's ascended and rank 6. So I actually forgot about the tactic at the start of the fight. You can see I don't have any prowesses on me at the moment, and it hasn't hurt us yet. But I think he does actually go indestructible later on in the fight. He's being a bit passive at the moment. You can see he's holding block a lot. He doesn't want to throw special, he's throwing random heavies. I didn't want to push him to special 2, but I actually did. The good thing is that he doesn't have any shadow magic buffs on him, so if he does throw special 2, there won't be any damage over time associated with it. But yeah, you can see he does go indestructible there. And I think we just parry a few times. We parry the special 2. It does do a little bit of damage, but really not too much. And obviously, there's no shadow magic again, so it didn't have any damage over time associated. Didn't want to get to special 3 here, but I did, just because I didn't get a special 2 off in time. This isn't the end of the world. Like, still keep all our hexes on, and we've got quite a lot of hexes on. You can see now 27. So I think the plan, and the Fury is up as well. So I think the plan was just a combo into a striker. We've got 29 hexes now, and then a heavy does about 230 detonation, 230k. So yeah, pretty solid Hood fight there. Definitely much better than the last time I fought Gorr. And the last fight this war is a Masacre. This is a Massacre on hazard shift, so I've done this fight plenty of times on various different hazard shift nodes with Dust. And this is not the easiest one because you have to be careful about the Incinerate. And there's also insult to injury, but we're not going to be getting any debuffs on us unless we hit him during the Incinerate phase, but that's not the plan. So we just wait out the Incinerate phase. We're now in shock phase, so we can freely hit him. We're completely immune to shock damage and shock debuffs. And obviously we can keep our prowess high by hitting him into block. Even during shock phase, we're okay to hit him into block. And then we get to the Incinerate phase again. I wanted to get to a special 3 by the time the shock phase started, but I'm going to have to wait till the second time the shock phase comes back now. Or I could have maybe done it by this point. But I wanted to maybe get a little bit more sand because we only have about 31 at the moment. That being said, like a few special 2s probably could have finished him off at this point. But I wanted to play it super safe because this was a tough opponent and we knew they weren't going to be dropping many deaths. There's no point in taking any unnecessary risks. Like there was no way we were going to win on fight time, so a longer fight here doesn't really make a difference to the war. So we actually tried to deck the heavy in the corner. Got hit by the end of it, but didn't do too much damage. And now that the shock phase has started again, we can comfortably throw a special 3, and this will start a sandstorm. He's barely got any health left. We've got 60 prowess on us, so 1 special 2 I think does the trick. Yeah. So that was our wars for today. So no deaths, which is good. Puts our solar rate above 96%. So just 1 more left for the season and 1 more left for this tactic. So yeah, can't wait for this tactic to end, man. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next war. Peace out.